Ms. Okunniyi, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning, or rather this afternoon.
It's my pleasure to be with you. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes. So we understand the Patriots is a pan-Nigerian group that desires the development and progress of the country. Can you tell us more about this group so we're intimated?
Thank you. Patriots is a group of eminent leaders of thought in Nigeria who aspire to make Nigeria great through the constitutional re-engineering of Nigeria in producing what we call a democratic, truly democratic people's constitution. A constitution that can be held by all citizens of Nigeria, that they can call their own, in participation and in involvement in bringing it about, in endorsement. That is the kind of constitution that we think Nigerians want. And so Patriot is set up to bring about a country that is truly democratic and owned by the peoples of Nigeria, where there will not be instability, incohesion, and insecurity. That is the kind of group that the Patriots are.
So we see a picture there with some of the members and with the president as well. The group recently visited the president, didn't they, in Aso Villa, and demanded, among other things, a fresh constitution. Does this mean that they're demanding that the constitution be the 1999 constitution be totally done away with, or are they asking for an amendment of that constitution?
We are saying that the 1999 constitution is likely illegitimate, tells a lie about itself, highly contradictory, and quite problematic for the country. And it has brought an untold economic woes to the country. No government can govern Nigeria and be prosperous. No government, not even the Tinubu administration, will try, because there will be so much sabotage. And there's so much disbelief or distrust about the country, given the constitution. So constitution creates a nation and creates democracy in the nation. And that democracy inspires patriotism. So if there is no agreement, no democratic agreement, no sense of ownership, then nobody will defend the integrity of the nation, because they believe it's just for a few who will just exploit the nation. And so nobody wants to, and people will begin to even, misuse resources, facilities, and so on, and assets of the country, because they don't really believe that the country is theirs and it will serve them. Therefore, we want a new democratic people's constitution, a constitution that can create the basis of patriotism, collective patriotism, that people can say, yes, I participated in making this happen. That is the kind of that can elicit and invoke the spirit of patriotism to defend the integrity of Nigeria. But the 1999 constitution is not highly problematic, highly controversial, highly contradictory in terms of we have said that no amount of amendments of a document that did not derive its legitimacy from the peoples and citizens of Nigeria can legitimize that constitution or document. You can do 200, the origin and the procedure of bringing about that constitution is the problem. And so if the foundation of any product is faulty, what righteousness can the Tinubu administration build on it? No righteousness. You can't build any economic, you can't face economic reforms from today till
Okay,
the
Mr.
kingdom come,
Okunniyi.
you will never get it.
Mr. Okunniyi.
Because the foundation for
So,
economic reform and
Mr. Okunniyi, you also called for dialogue between the leaders of the aggrieved protesters who just... Mr. Okunniyi, I'm hoping you're listening. You called for dialogue between the leaders and aggrieved protesters who just ended the End Bad Governance movement. What's the position of the group on the, protest itself and also the police, the way they handled the protests from the past 10 days?
Well, as our leader, Chief Emeka Anyaoku, the former Secretary General of Commonwealth, has said before the president, we find some of the demands being made by citizens to the protesters as legitimate. They are legitimate. They are also the right of citizens to make. And therefore, rather than use lethal weapons, guns and ammunition to manage protests, we said to Mr. President that he should try and instruct security agents to refrain from using lethal weapons to manage so that we can minimize casualties. These are citizens, yes, they could be infiltrated, but the police should have capacity to isolate infiltration from the genuine protesters. And then we are saying that the president should immediately initiate dialogue, organize dialogue with protest leaders, on the demands of the protesters. If dialogue will resolve this, will move us forward. Just like the government have dialogue with the labor unions, their leader. We know the leaders of this protest. They speak to us as the conscience of the nation. We know them on the street, newspaper report them. We can help government identify them and bring them to the table. And that will stop protest. Because those who make peaceful protest impossible always make violent one inevitable by driving such peaceful protest underground, and it becomes a guerrilla warfare. We don't want that in Nigeria. So we have suggested to government immediate dialogue with the leaders of the protest. Government should take the initiative to organize that, identify the leaders. If we need help in that direction, we will help them.
Thank you.
We will help them to identify.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, veteran.
And negotiate with this.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. Veteran Olawale Okunniyi there as General Secretary, The Patriots, Nigeria. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be with you.
Well, now